Hello, I wanted to take a minute and show you how to edit a host file on an Apple computer. You'll need to start your terminal session, and you can do that by bringing up Spotlight and typing in terminal, pressing enter, and that'll bring up your terminal window. When you get here, it should look something like this, maybe different color or size, but it will have your computer name and your username. This user needs to have administrative permissions on the computer, so you can check that by going to System Preferences, User, and Groups, and make sure that this user has administrative privileges. But once you're here, then you will we'll go ahead and edit the host file. Sudo nano etc hosts. Then just press enter. You'll be brought to the VI editor. Most likely you'll be asked for a password before this, so go ahead and make sure that you enter that in. You need to have access administrative privileges to be able to edit this file. Once you're in here, you should see at least this certain amount at the top. This is the default portion that's used for your computer. You don't want to change anything here, so use your down arrow key and go down to the bottom of this. And then you're going to want to enter the information that's provided by our support team. So it should be an IP address, and then you'll push tab or space, either's fine, and then you'll type in your website. Usually you'll also enter the corresponding dub or non-dub version as well. Once that's done, you'll need to save this file and exit. Easiest way to do that is just press Control X, and you'll see that right down at the bottom, the little caret next to the X, that's the control. So you press Control and X. Actually, if you want to save it, just press Y for yes, and then ask you for the file name, just press enter. There you go, now it's all done. What you can do then is you can enter a command on the command line prompt here for terminal to flush your DNS. Pretty simple. Again, this would ask you for a password. Just go ahead and enter that command and press enter. It'll ask you for a password, and that'll help flush your DNS. Then go ahead and try and get to your website, and you should see it at the new location. Now again, this is typically only used for when you want your machine to go to a different place than the rest of the internet. So let's say that you're moving your website to our hosting services and you want to make sure that everything's set up and working right, then you point just your computer to that IP address and that name through your host file like we just did, and that would allow you to see it. Nobody else would, just you or anyone who's done this. So once that's all done and you've made all the changes you want, you'll want to make sure that you undo these changes in your host file as well, and we'll go through that in a minute. But what you'll want to do is go ahead and make sure your DNS is flushed like we just did. Try it out. If it doesn't work, you may need to restart your browser, and sometimes, depending on your system configuration and the other things that you're doing, you might find it's just easiest to restart your computer. Then it will reread that host file, and away you go. But you can try these different steps to flush your cache. Once you're done, you're going to want to go ahead again back to the terminal and edit your host file, and then you can just go down to the bottom and press the delete key and delete everything. Or if you want, you could put a pound or a hash symbol right in front of it just to comment it out if you think you're going to have to do it again later. But if you're done, go ahead and delete it. Then you'll have to Control X to save, Y to save it, and enter, and you're done. And then again, you'll want to flush your cache so that you're not going to the old site. Again, once it's all transferred, that really shouldn't matter, but it would just help you later on down the road if an IP address changes or something like that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. Just make sure your user has administrative privileges and that you enter the information exactly like the technicians have provided for you, and then you flush your cache or restart your computer, and you should be good to go. If you have any questions or need anything else, please feel free to let us know. We're glad to help you. Take care and have a great day.